This is my grandpa, my grandma, and my mom. So today I'm going to be talking to y'all about human trafficking. A lot of people don't really know what human trafficking is. And so today that is what I'm going to be showing y'all and telling y'all about more about it. Ooh. A lot of people don't know, but human trafficking is the force or intention of a sexual act or a commercial act, and it's used for most likely sexual tension to get what usually men use it, but there's also women traffickers out there that like to use this method. It's just basically taking capture of any gender, men, women, no matter the race, just to use them as labor, sexual pleasure, and it's just wrong over the world. It also is, the most common is 12 to 14 years old, because usually at that age they don't know what to expect from it, and it's just, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to act towards a situation like that. I mean, yeah, their parents tell them about stranger danger and stuff like that, but they're just so gullible and so young, they really don't know what it is. So here is my slide about what human trafficking is. This is my visual aid of the definition and the picture of what it is. I'll come show my audience. But yeah, that is what human trafficking basically is. It is so more common now because it's through the internet, most likely now, because it's just an easier access to get victims. I'm going to show you a graph of how they were. The most common are escort drivers, which is like not what you would really expect, but kinda at the same time. It's just like, let's say it's hookers or someone that gets in a cab that doesn't really know that person. It's just very likely for you to be trafficked during that time, because honestly, you don't know who that person is. You don't know where you could actually end up. It's very scary. I honestly wouldn't drive, but like I said, it's usually hookers or someone that's trying to do other stuff, sexual stuff, or bad things. I will show you the graph. As you can see, the most highest one is escorting drivers. The second one is pornography, which is if you go on a site and look at it, that is another easy way for you to be sex trafficked or human trafficked. It is it's just such a hard thing to go through. It's actually very, very dangerous. I luckily haven't been, or none of my family or people I know have been. It's very, very sad, but you just gotta be careful for those things. Human trafficking, like I said, is out there everywhere. On the internet, people that go through the healthcare, they see victims every day and they really don't realize it. But mostly, the most main one is the internet, because like I said, they can traffic you out of anything. So it's very, very easy for them to get you that way. In public, if you see or if you're by yourself and you don't know who that person is, that is easy for you to be human trafficked. The first one I used, but yeah, like I said, there are so many different effects of human trafficking that we don't know about through our day-to-day life, and we all need to be aware of them. One of the articles I looked up was by Miss Madison Moser. It was called Human Trafficking on an Online Platform. Like I said, online, the internet, is most likely the highest risk for you to be human trafficked. And like I said, the reason why is it's just because, let's say you have cards online. That's another way to give out your identity and for you to be easily human trafficked. And that is just one of the big things in the U.S. and out anywhere today. I also looked up in this article that when human traffic started, when human traffic started, it all started in Portugal when they were traveling through U.S. to bring packages over, and that's when it all started because they used those people so they could use them for labor, sexual ascensions, whatever. What Miss Madison Moser said is, with advances in technology, the purchase many have to share their personal lives on the internet, traffickers have access to even the most private moments, which is true. Like, social media is a big one. You got Snapchat. Snapchat is a huge one because you send pictures to people, your day-to-day life. You could know them, you could not know them. They could steal your identity from it. If you were to send nude pictures to them, they could screenshot and take it and put it online to show people, oh, this is what so-and-so looks like underneath, and this is what, she looks like, and you could get her and human traffic her, which is so dangerous. And by me having Snapchat and doing this article and reading all about it, it kind of scares me. So I'm like, do I even want to have that app anymore? So Snapchat is one of the most very dangerous ones out there. You also got Instagram and Facebook. You might not think Instagram and Facebook are very dangerous, but you are. They are. You can have private accounts and they still could hack you. They could still get your information, use your credit cards, use your labor stuff, anything. And then TikTok. TikTok is another big one. I mean, I have TikTok, and if you don't have a private account, and I know so many kids like my age and younger like to get so many likes, and it's not all about the likes because you don't know who is watching you. Like, it's so dangerous, and it just could hurt you and hurt anyone that you post on that app. The second article I used was by Summer Stephen and Wendy Patrick. It was about the justice in human trafficking cases. This article was about all the cases that people have gone through, how they were human trafficked and how they dealt with it and all the other stuff, okay? Many people have been involved in human trafficking, and they don't deserve the justice they don't get for it. They get human trafficked and they don't get anything for them. They don't get justice for what they have been through. As Summer Stephen and Wendy Patrick say, as illustrated by notorious high-profile cases such as Jeffrey Epstein, trafficking activity can occur in any neighborhood and any zip code from low income to upscale. Where there is a market, there will be trafficking activity. Like anywhere. Online, public, grocery stores, it's just scary. And with our world today, as I've seen it, it's just going downhill, and people are going bad and turning the wrong end, and it's just dangerous for everybody. Another article I read was from Elena Richard, and it was the failed interventions of domestic violence, which is not really my topic, but it was also about human trafficking. So many people have gone through human trafficking, like I've said, and still can't find a solution to stop it. These people need to be stood up for and criminalized for surviving, not to be criminalized for surviving of being human trafficked. As Elena Richards said, a few of the 11 border state statutes also have a coercion argument. For example, the California statute provides an affirmative defense when the person was considered to commit the offense as a direct result of being a human trafficking victim and had a reasonable fear of harm. People really don't know this. I don't know because I've never been human trafficked, but these people go through so many things and you just don't even realize it. Like, if they survive from being human trafficked, they go through so many disorders. Like, they can have eating disorders, they can get high depression, high anxiety, and it's just so bad for their mental health. It's like, I mean, you survived it, but would you really still want to be surviving if you were a victim of human trafficking? And it's just, like I said, I really don't know, but if I did, it'd be really, really hard for me to go about my day-to-day life and still be like, oh yeah, that happened, and just not like just be normal with it. Another one, it was about the internet. It was about the internet era human of trafficking by Wesley Schrock. And this just shows how much the internet is into human trafficking, how they could do this by card number, social media, like I said, and any other things. This is just another article about more in depth on how the internet can affect you and could be related to a #1 cause of human trafficking. As Wesley Schrock says, for many today, the internet is essential. However, over the past 20 years, the internet has given rise to new means of human trafficking and have fostered a new modus operandi for traffickers, which is giving them a bigger opportunity than ever. They can't just, they still can just do it in public, but the internet is just giving them such a higher opportunity for them to easily do it. And it's just crazy. Like, all my accounts are private, but that doesn't mean anything. I still could get hacked. I still could get human trafficked or anything, which is the most scariest part. Because, who knows? I could be a victim or a person being human trafficked right now, and I don't know it because I haven't been it yet, or I haven't been abducted by anyone yet, because maybe they're still watching me, which is just crazy. And it's giving me a lot of chills and nightmares just doing this research about it, and it's just freaking me out. Because I could get abducted by work tomorrow, or you just never know. So yeah. And then the last article I did was Assessing a Healthcare Provider Knowledge of Human Trafficking by Nicole McAmis and other authors. There's a list of authors. Many people don't know this, but a healthcare provider is the most likely to see a victim of human trafficking, because they go through the hospital, the ER, every day with their wounds and all their incidents from being being human trafficked. And they don't realize it till they see their incisions, their scars, everything. They don't know it. And so it's just a big misunderstanding. So yeah, as Nicole McAmis says, trafficking survivors note that there is an often delay between the onset of their injury and illness and their interaction with the healthcare provider. Thus, providers in these settings are in an opportune position, as this may be the only time that a victim can engage in a one-on-one discussion with a trusted professional. It's just very, very common for a healthcare provider to see you, and it gives an opportunity for human trafficking victims for them to help you and take care of you. Human trafficking is out there everywhere, and we all need to be safe and prepared for anything. It could be through the internet, the public, at hospitals, or even people who have gone through human trafficking in the past are looking forward for revenge. And we all need to be careful out there, and we need to put a stop to this and help victims out. Human trafficking is not a joke, and we all need it to come to an end. Thank you.
Great job.